Hi guys, Eugene here with Darkroom Software. In this quick video I want to show you a nifty little piece of hardware that I came across. It's called a Flic button. They're used for home automation, so you can click it and turn on and off lights and turn on music, whatever you want. There's three different states that you can press it once, press it twice, and press and hold to do three different actions. So why am I talking about this Darkroom on our YouTube channel? Well, this can also be programmed to be a Bluetooth button, so you click it and it performs a keystroke. So for Darkroom Booth users, you can click it and have it do a keystroke of Alt-C for start in color, or Alt-B for start in black and white, or Control-R for reprint. So, oops, it's probably broken now. Just joking. Actually, it's waterproof and pretty durable. But let's go ahead and jump on my phone and see how this is programmed, and let's try it out with Darkroom and see what you can do. And then we'll talk about who might this be useful for. So let me turn on recording so you can see what I'm doing. Okay, we'll open the Flic app, and we're going to switch over to phone. The hub is useful for home automation, but if you just select phone, this can work as a standalone without a hub. So press and hold for it to recognize. Okay, there it is. Click finish, click on it, and you can see I've already named it my booth button. But we're going to click the little plus sign to give it an action. Go to Flic Universal, scroll up, and select Keyboard Command. So for a single click, we're going to set it to Alt-C. Once again, that is to start in color. Make Universal. And then double click, we'll say Control-R for reprint last. Now I'll show you where I'm getting this information from. And then let's say we wanted to do something that is not already programmed as a keyboard shortcut, like start a video session. So press and hold. What we're going to do is we're going to set that to a right mouse button click, and I'll show you why in just a second. Right mouse, single click, add, and then we're going to save and disconnect. Now our little button has been reprogrammed, and stop that recording. So the next thing to do is to connect it to Windows. So you go into Windows settings and do a search for Bluetooth, and click add Bluetooth device, and you can see that I've already added my button. So go ahead and minimize that. Let's go to well, actually, let's test it out first. We'll open Notepad because I programmed press and hold to be 1. So we want to make sure that the computer is communicating with the device. So press and hold. Oops. Oh, sorry, I didn't program it to be 1. I programmed it to be right click. So you can see that it's actually right clicking on my desktop. So we know it's working. Let's switch over to Darkroom and look at those commands. So we have Control-B for black and white, Control-C for color, but if we want to start, we'd add the Alt option. That's where I got it from. Alt-C, Alt-B, Alt-S for sepia. Control-R for reprint, Alt-R to ask for copies, but if we're not using the touchscreen, we don't want to have it prompt for copies. So, but those are the keyboard shortcuts. And then we set a right mouse button. This is where we're going to program the right mouse to be a video session. And if you're going to use the video session option, you'll want to make sure that in your timing that you have automatically start recording after delay, have it for 3 seconds, and that you have some sort of maximum video. We'll adjust the video countdown. Let's make this just a little bit shorter so we can see, so we can test it. It doesn't take forever. So that is, you kind of look and see what options I have. The right mouse button, and then we're using Alt C and then Control R. But let's test it out and see it in action. Now I don't have a printer connected, so it's we won't be able to test the reprint, but we're going to do a single click and you can see there it goes. And it's going to start taking photos. So we'll go ahead and escape and then test out our video session and press and hold. And it's starting to record a video. So that is it. Once again, you don't need the hub. I bought a package that came with multiple buttons in the hub. But for this type of setup, you can do just the single Flic button. And they're about 20 bucks. So it's totally a reasonable price for what it does. Pretty awesome. Who would use this? So if you have like a camper or like one of the RV photo booths, this is perfect. You have a big TV that's further back, you push it, you don't have to interact or use a touch screen, and it just does, you know, what you want it to do. And you don't have to use all three buttons because that might be a little bit more complicated. For the user, you can just use it as a start button. Also, core users, rather than setting it for those settings, you can use spacebar, which is capture, and maybe double click for the number 1, which would be to print package 1, and then press and hold for package 2. And who might want to use that is maybe like a Santa photographer. They have the camera that's set up, they click it to capture, and then double click it to print. So a lot of cool things, different possibilities. If you have one of these and you're using it, comment below how you're using it, because it is pretty nifty. I like it that I don't have to yell at my Echo device, you know, across the room repeatedly to turn off the lights. It just does it for me. Of course, you could use a light switch, but then everything stops working. But thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye.